Let's be real, right? Dating as a young man today can feel impossible. You match with a girl or you meet a girl, take her on a nice date, and suddenly she's ghosting you. She's talking to 5 other guys, or she's making you feel like you have to prove yourself to get her attention. It's not you, bro. The modern game has changed. But here's the good news, right? You don't have to play by broken rules. You don't have to, listen to outdated things. Today, I'm going to give you 5 major red flags to watch out for and 3 simple ways you can actually win in dating as a man. Let's get into it. So first thing I want to preface, this is not a video where I'm here to talk bad about women or anything like that, but this is just the reality of the world, and I've seen these things firsthand. And I'll probably make another video as well about the top 5 red flags in men, but I'm going to speak from a guy's perspective, and I know for sure people will relate to this. So at the end of the day, overall, a lot of it comes down to setting boundaries and not even getting yourself into bad situations in the first place. But I'm going to give you some things that I've seen personally. Right now, like I'm not even someone that's necessarily out here going on a bunch of dates because I actually have a great woman now. But for what I've seen previously before that, and just, from friends I've seen, other men I've talked to, and other stuff like that, I'm going to give you top 5 red flags to look out for in women and why you should not bother your time with that. So I'm going to try to not include some of the obvious ones like, high notch count, things of that nature, but let's talk about some ones that you might not even realize. So the first one I would say is just entitlement, right? If you meet a woman and she's just crazy entitled and there's a complete lack of effort, right? She expects you to do everything, pay for everything, plan for everything, initiate everything, but doesn't contribute at all. That's a bad sign, right? Healthy relationships are mutual. There's nothing bad with, being like kind of that traditional man paying for stuff and things of that nature. I do that as well. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But the woman should still want to like put some effort into the relationship, whether that's like, writing you like little notes or helping you, picking up groceries or helping you, clean your apartment or things like that. If she just doesn't do any of that stuff and could quite frankly not give a crap about what's going on in your life and doesn't invest in you at all, I would say that's a red flag because to be honest, bro, like when a girl really likes you, she wants to invest in you and she wants to help you out. Like I've experienced that personally. And the second one would just be straight up disrespect and contempt. Nothing irks me more when I see like a man, whether they're ordering food at a restaurant and the woman's just cutting them off, speaking over him, or maybe like, 2 men are having a conversation and the one wife just jumps in and totally just makes the whole center of attention herself and just interrupts them. Like for men and women, that's just rude, right? Watch how the woman treats the waiters. Watch how she treats the service staff. Does she tip, 20% to the waiter? Is she nice? Thank you. Can you give me a water, please? Right? Is she like talking like a polite and respectful person? Or is she just treating her friends, the service staff, like complete crap, disrespecting them, totally dismissive, rude, or talks down to people, right? She's going to likely treat you the same way. The third one I would say is a woman who always acts in victim mode. Not to sound, crazy here, but women a lot of times, like I said, I'm not trying to sound bad, but a lot of times the reason they may lie about things is because they truly don't even believe they're lying. They just don't believe it. Like they'll rationalize it in their head to why it's true. If a girl just never takes accountability for anything she does, whether that's for exes, her friends, boss, right? If she lacks accountability in all areas of life, that is not good. And if she lacks accountability, that's a crucial component missing that you're going to need for a healthy relationship. I'll give you a good example of this. So one time there was a girl and I had a coffee mug sitting on my, in my Keurig, and the Keurig was like kind of close to the edge of the counter. But once again, coffee mug was sitting there for a long time. I never once had knocked it over. One time this girl knocked into it and knocked it over on the floor. And, I wasn't mad. Like I would never actually be super annoyed by that. But I was like, it dropped on the floor and, we were cleaning up and stuff. And she's like, yeah, you really shouldn't put that there. I'm thinking, I said, what? What do you mean? I said, the coffee mug doesn't move. It was sitting still and you knocked it over and broke it. So don't say that it's my fault. You know what I mean? So And she ended up actually saying like, sorry, and it was fine. But there was a little sliver of that, like, not being fully accountable. And a lot of women I see have that all the time where, every relationship they have, like, oh, thank you, next. It's never my fault. Haha, like, on to the next one. Like, they have this, like, really delusional mentality that they think that, like, just because they were desired from the age of like 16 and every dude in high school wanted them means that as they get older, that's the same thing. And that's totally not true at all. They have to bring more to the relationship. Never only date a girl just because of like how she looks. Like, you really need to take into account how she treats you. Does she have accountability? Does she respect you? And is it truly a girl that you want the mother of your kids? Like, you have to think about that, bro. If you're not thinking about that, that is your own fault. A lot of men a lot of men are at fault by this because they don't think about their actions before they get into these relationships. Like, you need to plan ahead, dude. It's very important. The fourth red flag I would say is just excessive attention seeking, right? Women who constantly need validation from social media. I see this a lot. Women like to have orbiters. So an orbiter, those are guys who, they're not dating, but like they're guys that they're like, oh, like on those casual relationships with. Maybe they're Snapchatting them. Like, they follow each other. They slide up on their stories every now and then. Those are orbiters. And the women know deep down that those orbiters want them, but they don't want to admit it because they like the free attention. A lot of these girls, they want pros of being single, but they also want the pros of having relationships. So a lot of times I see that, they'll have these guys take them out on dates who are quote unquote their friends, pay for their nails and all this stuff and give them attention, and they'll give the guy nothing in return. That's because the guys let that happen. Never be an orbiter, my friend. And never give women attention that aren't giving you attention back. Like, I want you guys to do something right now. Go to your Instagram or go to your social media. Look at the people you follow. If you're following a bunch of girls for no reason, bro, unfollow them. What are you doing? You're just wasting your time. You should be focusing on yourself, and you're surrounding yourself with high quality women, right? Go on dates, yes, and do that. But like, if you find a high quality woman and she genuinely respects you and has accountability and these things I'm saying, like, dude, like, you don't need to be out here following a bunch of women and giving them attention that for no reason, bro. It's a waste of time. Why are you doing that? The fifth one I would say is you really have to watch out for women who are addicted to drama. I've seen this so many times, bro. Like, a woman who's addicted to drama can destroy a family, can destroy it. Like, I'm talking like the girls that are like, if I get hit on, like, I'll tell my man to fight you. Like, bro, you shouldn't be encouraging people to fight. You shouldn't be encouraging drama and lies. Or the girls that go out to eat and all they do the entire time is gossip about their husband or about their family. Like, if you're dating a girl and all she does is talk about drama and all this stuff, is obsessed with keeping up with the Kardashians, The Bachelor, and all this stupid crap, like, dude, you don't want to be dealing with this unnecessary stress. You don't think life as a man is already stressful enough? Why would you invite more stress into your life? A lot of these things are things that your dad probably never told you, right? My dad never told me them either, but they're things that I've learned, and they are things that are 100% true. So just keep that in mind. At the end of the day, just to review, top 5 things you should look out for: entitlement, lack of effort, that disrespect, or just overall just, not treating people well, victim mentality, lack of accountability, excessive attention seeking, and that drama addiction. Those 5 things I found are some of the main ones. And, to kind of wrap up this video, if I could give you guys maybe, I don't know, the top 3 tips that I would give you to improve your success in dating, whether that's just wanting to date casually or finding a woman that you'd like to be serious with. I think at the end of the day, dude, you need to focus on yourself first. And it sounds cliche, but at the end of the day, when you focus on the women don't come. But when you focus on yourself, the women just happen to be there. Like, they'll just happen to step in front of you. If you're focusing on yourself and you're loving up your fitness, your finances, you're surrounding yourself with good network, you're learning skill sets, you're learning how to communicate well, you're doing your own hobbies, right? You're joining clubs, and you're generally happy with yourself and your own life. It's an energy that's attractive to women, because women want a guy that wants them, obviously, but they also want a guy that's okay by themselves, that shows that you're like a leader and you're someone that wants the best for their future. And that shows a provider mentality, and that's good, right? The second tip I would give you is just set the boundaries early and don't accept disrespect, right? So if you're a guy that isn't going to be okay with a girl having a bunch of male friends that hang out with one-on-one, which, by the way, if you're okay with that, in my opinion, that's, kind of dumb. I mean, maybe there's rare exceptions, but like if you're hanging out, I don't hang out with a girl one-on-one if I'm dating a girlfriend. Like, why would I do that? But set boundaries early and don't accept the disrespect. So like many guys put up with bad behavior because they're like so desperate or they're so afraid of being alone. Dude, know your worth and be willing to walk away from the situation that doesn't serve you. And the third tip I would give you is just develop strong social and communication skills, right? Being charismatic and socially intelligent goes a long way. Learn to hold conversations, lead interactions, and be playful without being needy. The best advice I would give you is just like learn how to balance, like be a gentleman and be a good person, but learn how to balance that little bit of sense of humor as well. Women love that. And if you can master that, you're fine. You're fine. You're going to be set. So hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment below if you've experienced some of these things I'm talking about. I know a lot of guys have, and even girls, like any girls that have come across this video, I'd love to hear your feedback on what guys do that works, what guys do that doesn't work well, or even tips you would give to men to kind of help them with, finding a good woman for them and, their potential future family. So, like I said, like this video if you liked it, consider subscribing, and, catch you guys later.